Well, at your service, this is Mystica once again. Here's a question coming from a male fan in California, USA. And he said, men are generally known to have sex the first night with anyone they meet if they can. Are women just as likely to have a one-night stand as men? If not, why not? Okay. Well, I didn't even know that generally men are known to have sex actually the first night with anyone they meet. Well, if they can. But as far as women are concerned, I would say that no, women are generally not going to have sex during the first night they meet with the men they would meet. I guess that person who said that generally speaking, the men are really into going out, and then they would expect that the woman who would go with them would go to bed with them right away. Well, it depends on the woman if there's actually an attraction that really spark, right at that moment. But it's very important first for a woman to go out and find out if they actually have a mutual attraction or not just physical attraction. Sometimes it's very important that you have to find out first if you have something in common mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, or sometimes just like socially. Mostly women would go out for a social purpose. Women would go out with a man because they wanted to really find out if there is a connection right there. Not necessarily the physical connection right away, but she would go out and find out if there's somebody there who would actually match with her personality. It is very important that you have to connect intellectually, because most of the time you're not going to spend sexually. There'll be a lot more times that you would spend together intellectually or socially or other different aspects. It's not just the physical thing. It's much better that we have to find out if we can really have something in common to talk about. If we have something in common when it comes to our interest or something, that's very important first. It's not only the physical thing, because of course it's very important also to find out if there's a certain feeling that's really connected, but you can actually wait for that. When you're spending your time socially, you can actually build up that kind of feeling toward each other. That's very important. Sometimes, like if you just want to go and spend time with this person with just one night stand, and then you don't know really what's gonna happen next. You don't even know if you're going to meet this guy again. You have to make sure that that guy would know that there's a lot more things than just that sex during that night. I would say that some other women might go out, and if they really felt that physical connection and physical attraction, that they can't really wait for the next day or for the next date anymore, and then I can't blame that. They should really go and follow their feelings. They would really go and follow their emotions and follow their sexual feelings at that time. But it's not me to judge them. I don't have the right to really judge them, because I'm sure that they went out there and really went out with that guy and had that one night stand with them, hoping that that's not going to be just a one night stand, because they would believe that that one night stand, if they're going to connect with the guy right away, and of course it's much better that they would feel that they're passionately connected with that guy right away. And of course they would just go with the flow and go with their feelings at that moment. But the risk there is that how would that person or how would that woman know that this guy is going to invite her again for the second time? How would I know if that person who I actually trusted by that moment would actually wanted to see me again for the second time? Because by that moment he probably thought that, okay, I've had this girl already for one night stand and that's it. This guy might be doing that every time that he meets a woman. Women, it's much better that we have to be careful also, because first of all, we don't know what this man is all about. We don't know what was his way, or we don't know what was his plan. We probably met this guy because we thought that he is the right person for us, without knowing that this guy is actually a person who would just go out to everybody he would meet and then hoping that he would actually go and have sex with that person right away. We have to be careful, you know. We have to be aware that there's a lot of guys also who are that way. It's very, very rare to find a guy who would really go out and actually looking for somebody that he could actually feel that he wanted to connect with that girl, and it's gonna be for a long period of time. It's much better that they have to wait, because it's much better that they really have to find out first what are these men are all about. If this guy is really looking for a serious relationship, or if this guy is really looking for just a one-night stand or something. And the last thing I would want is for that girl to be a victim of that guy. Sometimes, like when it comes to our emotions, it doesn't matter if you're really smart or something, but sometimes when we are really carried away with our emotions, especially to that sexual feeling that we actually feel towards that guy right away, and sometimes we can't really tell right away if we have to follow that feeling right away, or we have to follow our intellectual ability to know that maybe this guy is actually just trying to convince, or just trying to hypnotize us just to go out with him in bed right away. So we have to be careful. We have to make sure that if our goal is to go out there and find a guy, the right guy, to have a very serious relationship, it's much better we have to go out there and not just to trust him right away. I know that sometimes we tend to really trust our emotions. Sometimes, like, we just have to loosen up and just go with the flow and just go with what we think is right. But sometimes it helps the fact that we have to really think twice before going out with a man and going out and have a sexual relationship with him right away, especially for a one-night stand. It's much better that we have to really spend time with this guy and make sure that we have that certain connection with him first, intellectually, emotionally, socially, before actually deciding that that night is the best time to spend time with him. Because we don't want to have that kind of feeling at the end that, oh my God, I can't believe that I was just a victim of one night stand. Take your time a little bit before you can give in, and before you can actually give everything to him. That would be the best feeling, because by the time you are already ready to give everything that you have, and that would be the best time that you can actually feel that you are actually compatible and you're actually comfortable with that guy. And once you have that feeling, and that's when you can actually tell that, thank God I have waited, because right now I know that this is the right feeling and this is the right connection, and with this guy I'm going to give all my everything.